Hey, this is the other Figuarts I was talking about. This is probably my last build Figuarts I'm going to pick up until they release his final genius form. This is Kamen Rider Grease Blizzard, and the reason why I pre-ordered him is because he looks really good. Like this form, I don't even have the original form anymore, but I like this one. The colors are nice, it looked really good. It was only in a show for like 5-10 minutes, but whatever, I guess it worked. It's just a really great design. So, how does the figure stack up? Despite the series itself being quite poor, probably one of the worst Kamen Rider series ever made, for me personally, it has a lot of nice suits in it. And despite my dislike for the series here, I am reviewing another suit from Kamen Rider Build. I will say this though, I have sold off Cross Sea Charge, Rogue, and the original Grease, as well as the Sparkling form. I don't have those anymore, and the Rabbit figure is up for pre-orders now, I think. I'm not picking that one up. That's an easy skip for me. It's a mid, sort of not really power-up form. It looks alright. If you like the aesthetics of it, and you feel like you probably are going to pick up Tank eventually when that comes out, then yeah, pick up the Rabbit one. Otherwise, just skip it. We need Bandai to put more time in some of the final forms that they have yet to release. Now, about this figure, let's just get the really bad out of the way first. He cannot swap his left hand. Now, the peg is there. If you have the regular Grease figure, the hands do fit. Or if you have any of the other builds or Cross-C figures, the hands will fit. But if this is the only build related figure you have, you're gonna have to find some hands for his left hand. Now, I know in the show this is how he looks, but to be fair, the suit has only appeared in one episode, maybe 10 minutes max, and then it was gone. It was just there as an alternate color with some slight alterations, like the hand clamp, to sell extra DX toys and of course this figure. So what accessories does he have if he can't even swap his left hand? Well, he only has 2 accessories. For his right hands, he can swap the fist with a relaxed hand and the belt spinning hand, or item holding hand if you will. And that's it. That's really bad. Terrible. Can argue that his chest belt henshin device is another accessory, because this is the same piece that they've used in the Magma, Cross-C Magma form, just painted differently, of course, just saving money with the DX toys and the Figuarts, and you can transform that, but more on that later. But really, you're not getting anything here. So the entire merit of this figure has to stand on the quality of the figure itself, and fortunately that's where the good comes in, because just looking at this figure right now, it is a very good looking figure. I argue that this figure looks better than the suit in the show. The overall metallic blue just looks so much nicer, and the red eyes also look way better than how it looked in the show. Maybe that's different lighting, whatever, I don't know. It just looks so much better. Starting at the head there, like I said, this red looks so nice, and I'm definitely keeping this figure just for how good it looks. The red contrasts the blue very nicely, and this might be my favorite suit from the entire build series. It just looks so good. The black lining on the sides, as well as the black helmet on the back, contrast the rest of the mask very well. The single horn or antenna there is okay. I could have done with or without it, and I still think it would look pretty nice. Moving down to the torso, you also have some transparent plastic there. You can sort of see under the dark gray there some sort of grid lines. There's also a plastic tab underneath there, like a little peg that holds it together, but it's not really noticeable because of how dark and shiny the plastic is. So that's pretty cool. Over on the back, we still have the slight transparent piece in the middle of his sort of his spine area right there, as well as some of the matte black finishes. Despite his mold being the exact same as Grease, there are some custom black paint and lining on him that don't follow the molding of the figure. So kudos to the spray paint team right there. The quality control on mine is pretty decent. There's a few spots you can sort of see the fuzziness or the feather of the spray, but for the most part you're not going to notice that. And this carries on down to the arms and legs as well. Despite being pretty much the exact same mold as Kamen Rider Build's basic form or many of the Cross-C figures, You see there's a lot of black lining and extra black detailing there. And again, this is not part of the mold, it's just straight on top of it. So the lining there has to look sharp to look good, and fortunately mine does. I've not seen anyone complaining about theirs online, so for most of us, that should be quite fortunate. And that's just it. The designers of the actual suit and the toy did a really good job here. Despite using the original mold, the black lining that they've applied here makes him look quite different. At first glance, you might think that those black areas are molded in and only the blue areas pop up, but nope, it's still the same mold as the regular build figure. Here's a quick look at the bottom of his boots. Moving back to his big claw, I also want to note that the claws actually have a nice gradient paint to it. On the tips of the finger, there's actually a darker, more navy blue-like color, and it's a bit more white and shiny like the rest of the suit on the back of the fingers. These are all very nice touches. The yellow of the belt strap is okay, I suppose, and not too distracting. And the red on the handlebar also fits in with the rest of the suit quite well. Now zooming in on his henshin device, it also looks pretty decent. Now this does come out quite easily, so do be careful. Just like some of the other build riders, that's also the case. So this handlebar can move back, and I assume this is the same with the Magma figure, the red and orange metallic one. And then you can't slide this in, but you can unpeg it and peg it in the closed position. Again, this is quite well secure, but if you drop this on a hard floor, it will pop off, especially when it's in the open position, just because you can pull it off. And there it is closed and looks quite good. And you can, of course, pull this bottle out. It's not painted, and it shouldn't be. It is transparent in the show, and it has a nice little ice pattern. We'll take a photo and stick it right here. Double neck joint there, look down, look up, sideways, and he does have full rotation here, and his collar doesn't really hinder his movement too much. These things on the shoulder band also have full spinning rotation, whatever that is for, and they do sort of move out the way when you move the arms up. That's pretty good, to just sort of lift up there. So ball joint inside the torso on a peg and swivel, upper arm full rotation here, double elbow joint, so you can move better on this one. It's, okay. And of course, this has a little ball peg. This one's on a ball peg as well. Because this spins. Are you ready? No, not really. It's also full rotation here. It's ball joint inside, and this piece I assume is also articulated. Yep, this piece right there. And it's a really, really nice hidden joint. That's one of the best things that all of the build figures have. This piece, tummy piece here, all of them have been hidden very well. So kudos to the design team there. Leg goes up, leg goes back, leg goes sideways. Rotation here. Actually, is that full rotation? Yep, full rotation. And double knee joint. Foot goes up, foot goes down, toe goes up, foot goes sideways, and sideways. What kind of pose is that? This is a very good looking figure, and that's just unfortunate on how little it appears in the show itself. And of course, I've mentioned it numerous times how I feel about the show, and I think the storyline is pretty poor, and the character himself is just not that great. The accessory count is also downright pathetic, especially for a premium Bandai item. There's just not a whole lot here. They could have easily chucked in a Tamashii stage jack here, just with his Grease Blizzard logo printed on it. That would have been cool, but no, they give you nothing because we'll buy it anyway, probably. But aside from all of that, the figure itself is really good. If you're a figure collector, you like collecting nice pieces of action figure, this is a pretty easy recommendation. If you're someone who likes Kamen Rider build, then yes, I think this form looks way nicer than a regular Grease form. But if you're just a regular Kamen Rider figure, as nice as this figure is, do consider skipping it, because at the end of the day, it only appeared for like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's not really necessary in the grand scheme of things. And let's be honest, this suit really was just made literally to show up for 5 minutes to sell you another product. So if you're not a big Kamen Rider build fan and you're just, collecting main riders and all that, this is an easy skip. On top of that, just like always, people who wanted this didn't pre-order, and so the stock is limited in the market right now. I've seen this figure pretty much double in price just a few days after I picked it up. So if you really like this suit, get it as soon as you can, but for the rest of you, I do recommend the rest of you to not bother picking this up and just really leave it for the people who really like the design of the suit and really have to have one. If you're not too bothered, skip it because the aftermarket is ridiculous right now for this figure, or at least wait some time for the figure's hype to die down. Maybe, just maybe, the price will drop down just a little bit, but due to the quality and rarity of this figure, I don't think the price will drop down too much from what it currently is right now. A lot of people didn't pre-order him, and yet they wanted him. Look, this happens all the time with all these pre-orders. People don't pre-order, and then from the day the pre-order ends, someone's like, oh, I want to pre-order it now, but it ended yesterday. Like, look, if you really want a character from Figuarts and you see the pre-order up, you might think to yourself, the price might go down, maybe he's not that popular, maybe no one wants him. No one was talking about this figure when the pre-orders are up, and now its price has doubled. It might even reach 1,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's like 120 US, 130 US. It's 7.8 Hong Kong is $1 US. So calculate it yourself. So keep that in mind when you see future pre-orders popping up. If you see a character you like, don't think about it. Just pick it up if it's available pre-order and the price is decent. So there you go. This is a figure I'm quite happy to keep, and I look forward to doing the photo shoot for him. I haven't actually done the photo shoot yet that you've seen in the video earlier, so ooh, time stuff. As always, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you didn't, click the thumbs down button. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. And of course, you can support this channel by sharing this video, Patreon, ad block turned off, all that good stuff. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.